We have a question from Steve. I was listening to episode 18, a great episode, and considering what you had to say about squat progression. I'm 50 years old and I've been training for most of my life in one way or another, but I have never really put any time into the front squat. I'm one of those people who complains that it just hurts too much. God bless you. My wrists hurt to bend backwards that far. I'm not flexible enough in my arms. My lats are too tight, etc. Feel free to fill in whatever whiny details you like. They are all accurate. Anyway, most of my program is some form of Jim Wendler's 531 system, along with added strongman events, stones, logs, kegs, carries, and so forth. I am pretty happy with my back squat max at about 2.5 times body weight, as well as the occasional body weight set of 30 to 50 reps. Loving all this, but I can appreciate the carryover that the front squat can have to the strongman events. Yeah, that little bit taller posture. I think it really helps in the throws, as well to the other main lifts. My question has to do with the risk reward analysis for the front squat. I know that this is a gap in my training, but whenever I do them, even with lightweight, my wrists feel just terrible for a week or more, interfering with any other weightlifting. At the weight that my wrists can handle, there really isn't enough load to do much for my workout, so any front squat work is extremely submaximal. Is there sufficient value in developing the flexibility and technique to make it worth spending the time to develop the front squat at my age and training history? Or should I just stick with the back squat as an exercise that causes me no added discomfort other than the couple days of expected soreness? Boy, you talk about asking the classic cost to benefit ratio, huh? Here's my thought. Mobility is something that begins to sneak away from you almost by the hour after age 50. So when you do the front squat, we are going to make you more mobile. When you do the front squat, I'm going to make you train more upright. Is the benefits of getting more mobile and training more in the position of a thrower going to be benefit to you? Or do you just want to stay where you are and you seem very happy? This can be a personal decision on your part. For me, especially this last week where I started adding front squats myself, don't forget a total hip replacement last year. So for me to say I'm front squatting again is not just, sitting. I haven't been sitting around eating bonbons for a year. But what I've noticed on almost every single rep and set of my front squats, my mobility and flexibility. Mobility is the free movement around the joints. Flexibility is lengthening the tissues. I used to say the muscles, but now whatever tissues, whatever the tissues are, the fascia, the ligaments, whatever they are. And as I've been doing this, I'm reminded, as always happened, I had two wrist surgeries years ago from a incident happening in a weightlifting meet where I broke my wrist in multiple places. And the doctor said I'd never be able to do that again. It took me a long time to go from here to here with my wrist flexibility again because I had a massive plate right there with all these screws going into my wrist. But was it worth it? Well, for me it was because I could Olympic lift again. And and when I put my hands on the floor to do push-ups, I can do a normal push-up. I don't have to spend any money on a little magic push-up device. So this is where cost to benefit ratios come in. For me, I think the mobility and the flexibility gains and the upright position are worth the transition through some pain. If not now, when? But if you're competing, I don't want you to come back and tell me a year from now, the reason I didn't win the world championships is because Dan John told me to do front squats. So somewhere in the middle of this cost to benefit matrix, you find yourself in. My advice, every minute you do the front squat is going to increase your flexibility, your mobility, and your positions. You're strong enough in the back squat. You don't need to get stronger. And I guess that's it. And that's what's tough sometimes about giving other people advice. To me, it's a clearer path, but I don't want to step on where you're at now. Tough question. Thank you.